Hello and welcome everybody. This is the Streaming Teacher, and in this video I will be talking about student finance. It will be a series of hopefully 3 videos talking about this topic, and today I want to look at what this is all about and why it is so important. For my second video I will be taking a closer look at one of the student loan providers and the controversies around them over the years. My own very negative experience with them will be a matter for the legal system, so yes, it is that bad. The final video of this series will highlight why student finance matters to more people than just the students that they are taking out loans to finance their study. It matters to all of us. Without sharing too much info, I hope that this series of videos highlights the importance of this, and especially for you, the taxpayer. I equally hope that in light of the information provided throughout the series, you'll be able to view this topic in a new and different light. But for now, let's get started talking about what student finance is all about. It is not surprising that studying at a university costs money. It is not only tuition or the study fees. You have to pay for books, for materials, and of course living costs while you are studying, which may or may not include the cost of accommodation. To finance these expenses, you have several options. First of all, maybe you are born rich, in which case you do not have any kind of problem there. The second option will be scholarships, and depending on whether they are available and how competitive the selection process is. Your third option is classic student job, but do not make any mistake here. You will be working for minimum wage, constantly juggle your priorities, trying to balance the need to make money with the need to work for your degree. Finally, some of these jobs are contingent on your identity as a student, meaning if you are not studying, you will be out of job as well. The fourth source of finance is student loans, where you borrow money to cover your study fees and perhaps other costs from a loan provider. But before we will focus on this, let's have a look why going on to university is so important, not only for those who study, but also for society as a whole. Imagine a world without people that have gone to university. Would you replace your doctor with your friend Paul from the pub? How do you suggest we invent and build safe cars or safe products? I don't want to dive too deep into the subject of modern consumption-based society. However, maintaining and especially evolving it through innovation requires people with an understanding that goes beyond the actual practice of work. Also, and to be brutally honest, you will need a large number of volunteers willing to sacrifice themselves if you are going for a try and error principle. And somehow, I really don't think people are keen on that kind of job. Study fees were introduced in the UK by the Labour government in 1998 with the goal to fund and expand higher education, based on the idea that everyone should go to college. Besides the fact that it was Labour and now they want to remove these fees, there's a fundamental flaw in that kind of thinking. There are plenty of jobs that do not require a degree in order to perform them excellently. Just think about one of the world's best vocational trainings, namely that of Germany. Having qualifications alone does not automatically mean going to university and studying something. And not every job in the world requires a university if we really think carefully about it. In 2004, these study fees were set up to 3,000 British pounds. They were introduced with the start of the academic year of 2006-2007 onward. And in the run to the year 2010, these fees raised to up to 9,000 pounds a year. This has led to a number of interesting developments, including the fact that a large number of universities here are charging the maximum amount that is allowed. In 2018, a review of post-18 education, it was found that students that are classed as more disadvantaged will leave university with a considerably higher debt, and that living cost is often neglected in any calculation regarding the cost of your degree. Another finding was that loan amounts and grants combined are about £3,000 lower than the cost of your bachelor degree, including the living cost. Is this gap to be supposed with thin air? There seems to be an error in the calculation, or perhaps this is a case of error by design. So far, however, no one found a solution for this. Strange that with all the buzzwords flying around whenever it suits. In February 2020, the Labour opposition reaffirmed its commitments to abolish the study fees, and without getting political here, I would like to ask the questions, why did you introduce them in the first place? In summary, we can say that the situation is known, for now a necessary evil, but overall the system is fundamentally broken, which I will further elaborate in the next video. As a consequence, students are leaving universities with high debt, and a lot of these graduates do not have the necessary caliber to perform adequately to pay back their loans. By virtue of fact, increasing enrollments without improving the already inadequate resources has led to lower quality for the individual, without any of the students being at fault here. Then we need to ask the question, is a degree really good value for money? Another interesting feature is that a large number of graduates, their salary is just above the threshold where they have to start paying back their student loan, but the payment they have to make does not exceed the interest rate they are being charged, meaning these people are never able to pay back their loans. While I agree that education should not be free from A to Z, for the reason of quality, I support that certain levels of education are publicly funded and others are privately funded. Society strongly benefits from well-educated people. One of the things we could do, for example, is to promote and expand vocational training and especially secondary education. So in conclusion, I want to say it is okay if you are not the next Einstein, and it is more than okay if you study over what you enjoy. Particularly with the lessons learned during the pandemic, people should review and optimize their work-life balance. Thank you all for watching today. If you enjoyed today's video, please consider to like and subscribe, as it really helps out this channel. Until next time, I wish you all the best and look forward to see you next time round.